Holy shit. Episode 38. HappyChristKwanzaKa.
HappyChristKwanzaKa. What?
We're covering all the bases there. HappyChristKwanzaKa. I don't know what Mormons celebrate, but whatever it is, shouts to you too. It's the holidays. It's the day after Christmas. We were too busy on grandma's shitty Wi-Fi, and Brian couldn't be pulled away from his Turbo Man doll to do the live stream.
Fair. Yeah, that's true. Although I didn't get a Turbo Man doll. It wasn't the type of doll I was expecting.
You know, Arabian fleshlight, whatever, bro. I can't be.
You know, funny you mentioned that. I did get something from the Iran market. Up in Ireland. Up in Ireland. Oh, I'm booted already. Oh, you're booted. Oh, I'm sticking around.
I just left.
Here we go. I also acquired a Black Star of Death. I don't know if anybody's aware of that, but I got that right under my all-seeing eye because me and Matt for Christmas wish that we could be picked up by the Illuminati. We're trying to get
as a sponsor because they have unlimited money.
Trying to get Coachella tickets over here, so come on, let's go.
Wow, you know. If all you wanted was Coachella tickets, we could have done this without the devil involved at all.
Oh. And
by the devil, I mean Golden Voice Promotions. Oh, I'm just kidding. They're great. They do great work. You know, first time in several weeks, I have something on the Tekashi 6ix9ine front.
Oh, well, okay. I wasn't prepared for this. Hold on.
Yeah, no, perfect.
All right, go.
All right, so I don't have this written down. I'm not going to give you a whole lot of details, but you know from watching the amazing Tekashi 6ix9ine
He didn't even write it down. He didn't even write it down.
It's not even write it down. From watching that Tekashi 6ix9ine documentary that's on Hulu, go watch it now. I forget what it's called. Doesn't matter. The story of Daniel Hernandez. Some stupid name like that. It discusses how he set up a robbery. He didn't physically commit it, but he set it up, and it was on camera, and I think it was the Treyway members he robbed afterwards. Anyways, they're suing him. The robbery victims are suing him, quote, "You put us through hell."
That was mentioned in the documentary, actually.
Yeah, so that's kind of brutal. I don't know how you're going to get out of that because clearly you did it.
So there was a couple different things that he did on tape. Was that it? Was that all you were addressing? I don't want to cut you off. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. I got nothing.
Oh, I didn't realize you were vaping. Okay, sorry. I'm in different screens over here. So there was a couple different things that he did that was caught on tape. That got caught on tape. Everybody knows about the infamous kidnapping that was caught on tape, right? It was all, he was in the back of the car.
Got the audio.
Yeah, the audio, the whole thing, right? But also that incident that went down at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Where there was a gigantic fight that broke out. And, for someone that was always, and we know this about 6ix9ine, it's not a surprise, but for someone that is talking so tough and so violent and so much machismo behind what you're saying in your lyrics, there's quite a bit of video evidence, sir, of you putting your tail between your legs. You've got the video evidence of you hiding. You're literally pushing people in front of you in the Barclays Center video. You're looking around you as you're making sure you've got a dummy or two in front of you to block whatever bullets. And bullets flew that night. Shots were fired that night.
He says in the song, "You want to knuckle up, bitch, I don't box." Like, he doesn't box. Like, fuck it, that's what I'm on now, I'm too old to fucking scrap with you young hoes. I'll just fire a shot or two. So he's going to have a tough case ahead of him. I don't know how you're going to get out of that unless you got a really good lawyer, because we kind of know you robbed them. Like, you did that. You did the shit. You did it. Yeah. Guilty.
You did this, sir.
I got nothing on the Kanye front. I'm sure he's very busy, seeing as how yesterday was a Christian holiday.
I didn't have anything.
And he's the official spokesperson for Christianity now. He's replaced Jesus. I'm kidding. Sorry. We'll still take the check from this. We'll still take that check from the Church of Latter-day Saints. Okay, I'm sorry. We need advertisers.
Hold on.
This is why we need a Jamie.
I believe I read something, but I believe I read it incorrectly. Okay, I did.
If you read the internet wrong, that's a fine.
Well, it says on Deadline 22 hours ago, it says Kanye West released a surprise album on Christmas, an EP called Emmanuel. And it's a choir EP, but I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. I mean, it's not on Spotify. It's a choir EP, apparently.
That sounds awful.
Who knows what the fuck that means? I'll dig into it. Let's move on to the next one, but I will dig into that when we're doing
Maybe it's only available if you go to church.
I mean, yeah, whatever, go.
Yeah, I got.
This is important information. Trying to figure it out.
I got no new Kanye.
Okay. This is according to Deadline as of yesterday, 6:36 p.m. Kanye West again dropped a surprise record on Christmas Day, written and exec produced by West. The 5-track Emmanuel is an ancient and Latin-inspired music
Oh wow,
performed by West
kill
Sunday
me.
Service. Yeah. So I guess it's like it's a 12-minute EP available on Spotify and Apple Music. Okay,
It's
but dude,
fucking
who?
not, unless it's under some other name.
It's got to be. It's
How,
got to be. I'll dig into it. I'll
I'm
look.
about to search
Oh, maybe it's
Emmanuel.
Sunday Service.
Uh, Harvest Worship.
Sunday Service Choir.
Are you kidding? That's the name of it.
No. Sunday Service Choir is the artist, and yeah, Emmanuel, December 25th. Requiem Audernum. Oh yeah, I can't even pronounce these words, but yeah, there it is. Wow, interesting.
Oh wow, Sunday Service Choir is
In the moment.
his actual act. Wow,
Figuring
their
this
origin
out.
is L.A.
Yeah, they were at Coachella. They played.
He didn't even get a choir from Chicago. I feel like kind of rubbed wrong by that.
No. Okay, so the choir is people from, I believe, all over the country, different congregations and things like that, and they've
The Los
culminated-
Angeles-based Faith Crew features. Yeah, they're based in L.A. Yeah. So that I mentioned that because it makes me think maybe they're from like a mega church, and I did assume that if Kanye was getting a choir together, they might be from a more what is the proper terms? I'm going to sound like the whitest asshole on the planet if I say urban neighborhoods. I thought he would have gone to a blacker church. Is what I mean.
That's what it is. I mean, yeah, no, it's
it's
you
just, it's kind of curious.
You would expect that. Man, yeah. I mean, I'm reading through. There's not a whole lot of information on that, but I mean, if they are just straight from LA, maybe they're a bunch of artists that were at a church in LA. Who knows? Who knows?
I dropped my vape pen. It's under the table.
Knows? Oh no! All the demons under your desk are gonna get the vape.
I found it.
Okay. I don't know where we go from there. All right. Well, hey, we just got some Kanye news in the moment, so that's awesome. We don't get that, every episode. So there you go, guys. If you'd say it's not worth tuning in, fuck you, because it is.
Wow, who the fuck's saying that? Because I'll beat their ass.
I don't know. Let's go. Get on Twitter. Let's go.
So besides dropping possibly the worst album of 2020 after hyping it for months, Playboi Carti also has some very suspicious merchandise. Have you seen the satanic merch he's selling?
I have not, but can we just get into the Playboi Carti nonsense now?
After. Because
okay.
this is ridiculous. He's got like straight up satanic merch. It looks like you're buying merch for the band Ghost. I don't understand it. I've never known Playboi Carti to even be down with the devil, so it just seems like you're trying to grab at people being fashionably atheist. The funny thing is, one of the shirts says "Falling in Reverse," and Ronnie Radke has already threatened to sue Playboi Carti. So,
because of the merch?
Yeah, because it says "Falling in Reverse," but I don't think you can actually sue for that because he's not claiming that's his band name or anything. Falling in Reverse makes merchandise, but they're not a t-shirt company, so I think you'd have a hard time with that lawsuit. Mind you, we threatened him over Twitter, so it ain't Ronnie's bored. He's been on top of the rock charts all year because the rock charts have been dead because of COVID. He's been bragging about it, so someone needs to knock him off his pedestal.
A few things. Yeah, the Falling in Reverse shirt is kind of funny, though, because it's an upside-down Jesus. It does look like he's falling. He's falling, so that is pretty funny. That is weird that he's going this dark route. He's got a couple upside-down crosses. But yeah.
Those shirts don't represent the music.
Listen. I did not listen to Playboi Carti previous to the album drop yesterday, and it's just because of the drama that he's involved in that I kind of popped it in. And God, man, that is horrible. Holy shit! I was not aware of that style of like annoying. It's almost like when you're trying to be annoying as a younger person, or maybe when you're an artist in like middle school and you think you're doing something cool, funny, creative, but it's really just annoying and redundant, and doesn't make sense. That is all of Playboi Carti's music, and I cannot believe that Iggy is into that. Anybody is into that. It doesn't make sense.
Iggy Azalea's made bad decisions for like the past 12 years.
She had.
Okay, her career's gone into the shitter. She had a global, was it global or nationwide? She had a big ass tour get straight up canceled because of low
Yeah.
ticket sales. It never
Yeah.
got rescheduled. They never tried to put her ass back on tour, and then COVID happened.
Because she came in hot. She came in immediately into like beef. She came in immediately like thinking that she was the
Who
shit
the
over
hell
Alberta.
aligned her with T.I.? I mean, you take a girl from Australia and now she sounds like she's from Atlanta. Like, you took the appealing thing about her and changed it. She doesn't rap the way she looks. So that's she doesn't sound Australian when she raps. That always kind of bothered me. Uh, she's a pretty face. She definitely looks great. But yeah, I don't know why she got with Playboi Carti. I don't know why she thought Playboi Carti was going to be a father. She's been airing him out since his album dropped, saying
It's
that
dirty. It's dirty.
he was busy playing PlayStation while she was giving birth to their son. She also like blew up the chick he cheated on her with, and just a bunch of dumb shit.
Apparently he invited the chick that he was cheating with to the album release party, and Iggy was not invited. And she was like, hey, the girl you cheated with you're going to invite, but not me and your own son. Your family's not going to go. So that was some fucking shade. I mean, first of all, Iggy, I hope you have the right people in your corner. The right people in your
Why
ear
did she think that was the man to start a family
to get
with?
you out of the
Damn.
situation. Yeah, I mean, come on, girl, let's go. Let's
How
go.
long before 6ix9ine runs out on his unborn child?
Hey,
Okay.
listen, 6ix9ine and Iggy. Listen, hey, man, might be something there. You know, I'm fans.
Y'all
I
should
think.
shack up together
Hey,
and
what
then,
up,
make that family a little bigger, have some
Six
step.
Iggy? Hey,
The collab would be absolutely terrible.
yeah, it would.
One other bit of news I wanted to touch on before we get into some other shit, and I think Twitter's mostly died down on this. Apparently, there is a record label, and I use the term label looser than a slut. Black Records, Bleh, the Bleh Project, and Siren
Bless
Apparel.
us.
Yeah, these guys should be paying upfront for advertising because it's gonna be the only time I ever fucking mention them. So recently, Siren Apparel, who was a part of the same conglomerate, I use that term even looser, as Black Records and Black Project, reached out to an Instagram model, offered her an ambassador deal. It's a common thing that people do over the internet when you have a brand. For instance, if there was a nice clothing line that me and Brian liked, we would be ambassadors for it. We would wear it. We would wear it on the show, advertise it, show it off, whatever. So this company reaches out to this girl, and she politely tells them that the contract is actually not even legit, that it's just a Word document. It doesn't mean anything. She posts the screenshots of her discussion, and the owner of this label didn't take constructive criticism well at all. He threatened her and bashed her, and it ended up being an entire Twitter tirade where this company lost 300 followers, and this girl, for airing them out, gained 80 followers by doing so. She ends up getting rape and death threats over this shit. Why? Because she told you a contract wasn't legit? So this was an all-day thing on Twitter. I got involved, pointing out the hypocrisies and how stupid they were and how they should be ashamed of themselves. You might have seen it on our Twitter at this account you see right down there. A 22-year-old with a Twitter account is not a record label. So that guy, Cade, isn't really running anything. He responded poorly when someone gave him criticism, and that's not what you do when you have a company or a brand. And I also tweeted out that I would be ashamed if I created something that wasn't a safe space for our viewers and our listeners. For instance, if we are asking you to engage in conversation on the topics that we discuss on this show, and you join the discussion, and for whatever reason we disagree with you, the proper response is to not insult you or your intelligence because of a disagreement. That's not a discussion. That's berating. That's an argument. That's stupid. That's not something we do. And they didn't take the appropriate steps. It wasn't polite of you to bash this girl for giving you criticism, and it sure as shit isn't cool for your followers, supporters, people in your community, fans, followers, whatever you want to label them, because let's like labeling who was at fault here became a big problem, and they started misquoting this girl, and then they're victim shaming and calling the victim a liar, and that's not appropriate. That's not what you do. That was not even accurate. I went to war with these people on Twitter. It was pretty insane. I found them to all be fairly uneducated, undeserving of being in the music industry or clothing apparel industry. They didn't seem to really have a grasp on what they were doing. They're in the clothing business, music, and they have an esports team called the Dallas Vendetta. Yeah, you all fucking owe me advertising for this because you motherfuckers ain't getting mentioned on any other podcast. Mind you, we have more social media followers than all of their pages, most of them combined, which is really pathetic. But I had a real problem with that. I have a problem, as we've stated before, when bands prey on their fans. I have a problem when people in the scene are being targeted, and that's what happened. So now you're trying to take advantage of a 20-year-old girl with a bad contract that is bogus. You can't take the criticism. The way that they didn't come out and denounce those that were threatening this girl was very suspect. It made it seem like the head of the company could have been on a burner account, troll accounts. It could have been his friends, whatever it was.
Yeah,
they never came out. They never came out and denounced it. All they did was point the blame at other people, never take accountability, and never offer an apology. It's not hard to apologize. It's especially not hard to apologize for something you didn't do, because you can still be sorry for the way that person is feeling. There was never a message that denounced their followers or community for doing such a thing. They just kept saying who it wasn't. And I took exception to that. I have a problem with them. They've blocked several of my accounts. And, I can't say it's beef. It ain't going to continue. But I have a problem with that. And I have a problem with people who threaten to call the cops when you've done nothing illegal. Stop doing that shit. Because one of you are going to get your ass kicked. You're going to get the cops called on yourself. Something bad's going to happen. Don't threaten that shit. Don't make threats on the internet. But especially don't make them if you can't back them up.
I feel like we should be fucking introducing people to our TED Talks, because that's what this is really boiling down to.
It's actually a Todd Talk.
Our Todd Talk. And I feel like, and this goes for anybody that's thinking about starting a brand or thinking about immersing themselves in a community that is largely business oriented, which the music industry, the industries me and Matt happen to be involved in, are in a lot of ways, especially when you deal with these record labels. And what's crazy is you don't need to have some degree or vocational certification or anything like that to start a business. You literally just need to say, hey, I want to start a business. And then
That's
you go.
The American dream.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Certain states like California support entrepreneurship.
Hey, and I'm not. Again, this isn't a dig, but for someone that's apparently not taking constructive criticism, hey, there is a way to go about things. And the irony in this situation is you're already in the open communication forum. You're already using the tools that are in front of you to make these connections, and you're just going about it a completely wrong way. And if anything, you're burning bridges at this point. And so if I were you, being a 22-year-old record label owner or
aspiring,
hey,
let's be very clear on that Black Records is really not a real record label, that having 250 followers on Twitter doesn't legitimize anything, and it's only until after the drama and the criticism that he has announced he'll be filing an LLC for each one of his potential companies.
Yeah, you'd have a lot less explaining to do and a lot less tracks to cover up if you had done that in the first place, is all I'm saying. So to put your foot in your mouth, so to speak, and you're attacking people on the internet, and again, not being very supportive in a community that has to have that kind of support, especially with what we're dealing with over the last couple of years and the accusations that have come out. It thrives off of that kind of support right now. And if you're in that community, this community with us, and you don't recognize that, and you don't recognize that there needs to be a different level of respect shown amongst us, then maybe you don't belong in this community. And if you do feel you belong in this community, I suggest going about it the right way. I think the examples set yesterday aren't that. So
I mean, if you have a disagreement, you don't like the criticism, there's a million other ways you could have handled it. You could say, hey, thanks, and then move on. You don't even have to continue to extend that contract. You don't have to continue communication. But you damn sure don't turn around, insult that person, threaten them, or have any of your cronies go and then threaten that, especially when it's a female and you're threatening sexual assault. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. I'm never going to stop coming at those people. I'm never going to stop beefing with them. I'm never going to stop trolling them. I'm never going to stop going after predators. Because that's who's fucking up our scene. That's who's ruined all our favorite bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's guys like Mikey Sawyer. It's guys like Johnny Craig continues to do. It's oh hey, Front Porch Step. Remember him? Thank God he disappeared forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna continue to air out these motherfuckers. And one I'm really disappointed in, we haven't got to talk a lot about it. I have a lot of friends in the Issues camp, and I was really disappointed to find out that Tyler was doing that type of shit behind everyone's back. Grooming, flirting, sending explicit pictures back and forth with 16 and 17-year-old boys is not cool. It's not. I've had a few interactions with Tyler. I've had maybe one conversation with him. We've never been that friendly. He's never been a guy to just include you in the conversation he's having. He's very kept to himself. He's not going to reach out and introduce himself or say hi to you. He doesn't care who you are if you're sitting next to him. He's there to do his own thing. And I think the way that the band reacted was the right reaction. They all fired him. When I reach out and try to ask those people about him, I get no response. Like, they want nothing to do with me. So it seems like they don't want shit to do with Tyler. Like, they have distanced themselves. But that's disappointing. We talked, last week about him starting a new band with the Attila guitarist. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, and who knows what we're getting out of that, right? I mean, we've seen
Not good music.
We've seen announcements like that, get buried because people aren't having it. You're at the mercy when you're in these situations, and this goes for 22-year-old record label heads that want to come at people sideways and burn bridges. When you're put at the mercy, or when you're put at the situation where you're at the public's judgment and you're in the court of public contempt, then that's what you're at the mercy of. You have no say. You can say you're in a band and you're coming back and you're going to be bigger than ever, but if the public ain't having it, no, you're not. So, I mean, I just hope and that's something we've pointed out before in Crying Wolf, the people that have accusations all of a sudden pointing the finger at other accusations. Like, nah, that's not how this works. You don't get to play this game that way. It's the public is deciding this right now. And unfortunately, you've put yourselves in situations where you've allowed that. You've allowed us to make the decisions now in what works and what doesn't. So we'll see if that works. We'll see if the band works. But who knows?
Yeah, fuck those two. Seriously, fuck those two guys. I have something to add on the Kanye front. I just got this. We were very close to getting a Kanye West and Nintendo video game.
Whoa, what?
Apparently, Kanye West and one of the heads at Nintendo, the man responsible for creating series like Mario and Legend of Zelda, met at E3 a few years ago about making a game together, and nothing ever came of the meeting. They had a meeting at E3. They later had a formal meeting at Nintendo. Nothing happened.
Dang, that's a bummer.
Well, if it was a few years ago, I could understand Nintendo wanting to distance themselves from a man like Kanye, because he was saying a lot of crazy shit in the news, and he wasn't the
meeting with Trump. Yeah, he was going hard.
Trump, there was some weird shit. Yeah, I'm sure they don't agree with any of that.
Yeah, threats of potentially losing Adidas and other shit.
Man, he's brought in so much money to Adidas that, like, I think Kanye could go and murder a baby right now and they'd still make his shoes.
Oh, no doubt. Well, I mean, wasn't that like a part of the thing? Like, now he kind of is in with Adidas, like he owns a good portion, or like he has like say in how they do their business because of what he did. He mentioned that on Rogan, I think. Like, Adidas,
he definitely does with his shoes, no matter how weird they look.
Yeah, and he was mentioning that on Rogan, like he's had Adidas has now come to that was his whole thing. He's been able to change things like business and trends and shit. And now Adidas went to him and is like, hey, how do we revolutionize our own brand? So you're now seeing some of the things he's created on other shoes and stuff, and like things that he's been able to like influence get changed and shit. He's doing it with his shirts and shit too. He's doing like those big one-piece shirts now and shit. They have like the one stitch up to one side, and that's it. It's one pulled over. It's got one stitch on it, all one piece of fabric. It's not like, put together with a bunch of nonsense. He's innovating, dude. He's changing the game.
When it came time to tell Kanye that Nintendo was declining the opportunity to work with him, the guy told him, Kanye, you don't want to work with us because we're tough. We're hard. All we do is push for the very best content. We would not be the type of partner you would want to work with. And he looks at me and says, You're exactly the type of partner I want because of that reason. These people don't know Kanye if they thought that was going to deter him.
Exactly, my guy. Exactly.
Kanye is the type of guy who would refuse to brush his teeth if he couldn't do it perfectly.
The only issue there, and this is what's so tough, the only issue there with someone like Kanye, with his genius and his just personal belief, his personal self-belief that he has, is you're almost, you don't connect with everybody, you know. You're, what sucks about that situation is, yes, they're going to work their asses off to produce the best product possible, and Kanye is going to want that same effect, but Kanye is going to be the one that says it's my way or the highway. And
Actually,
they're gonna be
Fred
like,
Durst said that.
okay, well, whatever. Fucking motherfucker, you just fucked my whole world up. Look at now my camera angle went off. You say one fucking stupid line. You say one Fred Durst line and the whole show goes to shit because of you. You realize?
You say my way or the highway, and I'm expecting a Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock promo package to air.
My way or the highway.
Yeah, that.
Dude, that was so good. That was prime Stone Cold Rock too, right before 19. Fuck, son.
Fun fact, because I didn't remember it this way. Did you know when they did the simulcast to announce the purchase of WCW, that was 6 days before WrestleMania 17?
Yeah. Yeah, the guys that they were in the audience of 17. They were up in the rafters. The WCW guys had a box seat and they were waving.
And that was the only
And that
gimmick
was
they
like
were involved in, because it was Shane versus Vince.
Yes, and that was like everybody, Lance, like Rhino.
Yep.
That was like guys that are
Chuck Palumbo, Sean Stasiak, Taz.
I watched a clip the other day where they all walked out on Stone Cold because he beat up Taz.
Yeah.
He beat the fuck out of Taz, and they all walked out. And he's like, "Come back!" And he's yelling, "What?" And they're all yelling, "What?" at him, and they're just walking away. And I remember being like, "Man, that is like what's." I'll never forget, man. You couldn't change the shift or the tide. This is a different topic, but you couldn't change Stone Cold. And what's solidified that is after that whole scheme, like the WWE wanted people to hate Stone Cold, and the night after the alliance was over and he came out, it was the loudest pop, bro. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a shit that Stone Cold turned.
They're trying to like tear down your childhood hero in front of you, and he's doing all these things to make you hate him, and you're just like, damn. It made me hate him because it wasn't the guy that I came to love. It was so different, and he had a red knee brace.
Oh, he had the white, he had the red, he had the snakeskin
Gold.
gold ones. He came out, I want to say, in like a fucking dope ass like maroon one time, but he didn't wrestle in it. He just fucking walked out in it, and it was dope looking. He had a silver one at one time.
The red one was for sure the heel Stone Cold.
Yeah, that one. That was the 2-man power trip Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when, because he also had it.
Wow, we just turned into a wrestling podcast and lost all our female viewers.
Hey, dude, let's step it up, because first of all, me and that started this, and we wanted to have a lot more wrestling involved. So y'all are fucking lucky that we give you a couple Easter eggs every now and then. But don't fucking get us started, okay?
So far, all the wrestlers have said no to appearing on the show.
I know, man. It's
except
rough.
Trey Miguel, but he's busy.
Hey, we'll pick up a big sponsor. You know, we should reach out. We should reach back out to Matty Mullins and see if his pomade company wants to pick us up.
Okay, and in other news, God, I mean, that dude's like perpetually on the verge of getting canceled for a number of reasons. Like, first, I never like hear it for certain. I always get hearsay when it comes to Matty Mullins. So I'm not gonna even bring the shit up and start the rumor. But I don't know what's even true on that guy. The fuck is that? A dragon? Is that a pipe?
It's Mushu.
Mushu. Wow.
Check it, dude.
Wow.
Dope, right?
Wow.
It's gonna be just the podcast piece. I'm gonna leave it back here.
So you only use it when you're on the pod?
Yeah, or when people come over and they want to smoke, I'll grab it.
No, man, we use Billy Bong Thornton.
Wesley Pipes.
Wesley Pipes, yeah. Wesley Pipes. All right, I didn't review shit this week except one album. All right, everyone was talking about Playboi Carti. He kept hyping it up. My bet is that he didn't know when the album was being released, and that because he's not a very big, influential figure, he probably doesn't have that much power when it comes to releasing an album, and the label jerked him. So the album gets released on, was it Christmas Day?
Yes, it was.
And everyone on Twitter hands it to him and says it's fucking terrible. I put it on. I like some of the beats, and that's about where the positive review ends. I don't know why he's so repetitive. I don't know why he sounds the way he does. I don't know why he just abandoned even trying to be lyrical. And I listen to shit like this. I listen to mumble rap. I listen to good rappers, listen to bad rappers. I don't need my rappers to be lyrical all the time. I just need you to sound cool. You know, don't sound like a babbling buffoon when you spit your shit. And I don't think he accomplished that on this record. It's fucking stupid, man. It's bad.
Oh,
It's comically bad.
You're telling
It's
me, my
almost
guy.
as if they scrapped the record and he had to redo it in a week.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when fucking Rogan or not Rogan, sorry, Chappelle for the making the band skit that he was doing, and he was in the fucking "Arabababam, arababam, arabababam." That's what it fucking reminds me of, dude. It reminds me of dudes just getting super stoned and fucked up in a recording booth or having some studio time, and them just making like it's their first time using the program, and they're just trying to do the most basic shit. That is what this album is. I don't understand it. I don't get
I
it.
don't know why he did any of this shit, dude.
I don't get any of it.
It's a
Oh,
confusing album to say the least.
it's hard to listen to, and it's not even in the first song. Okay, I'm like, okay, it's an intro. A lot of intros are weird. You get weird mumbly shit, you get weird ambient, you get nonsense for a lot of intros. No, it doesn't get any better. It's all the same nonsense.
I actually like the beats of the intro, but man, he quickly jumps on that bullshit repetitive I can't rap like mantra, and it just kills it for me. The album never picks up. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, and it's crazy too, because I believe it's over an hour's worth of music. It's not your regular short album. It's just not good music.
I mean, as a label, you have the power obviously to like make suggestions, changes, things like that. But would you think that they would really like just take total control of it and release it on Christmas because it's like, do you think they think it's that bad? I mean, there's no good reviews on albumoftheyear.org, and it's got 8 reviews, and it's all critic reviews, but we're talking like double XL, we're talking like mainstream, but it's only got an average of 53. Like it's been handed just shit piles. And what made him big? Again, this is my first introduction to him, so I don't know much about him, but did he have a song that was good? Is he like a Roddy Ricch or like a Designer where he's got a single or something?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Brian. For about 6 months, I had him confused with ASAP Rocky. Okay. When I figured out it was a different person, I realized he collabed a lot with another guy like Pierre Bourne. Hey Pierre, you gonna come out here? And he had some decent songs with him. Actually, if you look on iTunes, Pierre Bourne's #1 song is with Playboi Carti.
Okay.
So I listened to his other albums, and they were cool. I can't really say it was cool because of Playboi Carti, but the beat was cool, and the guest features were people I liked. So that was enough for me to listen to it. Again, he never did anything that made me go, "Oh wow," you know. He's like a if you had a glass of ASAP Rocky, but you left it in your car for a couple days, you know, like in a Wendy's cup. You know, like the old school yellow Wendy's cup, you know, and it's sweated and all the ice melted. And it's like, you only had that much Dr. Pepper left anyways. So now it's just bad. That's what Whole Lotta Red sounds like to me.
Not even diluted, just gross. Like you're not gonna drink it.
It's like the bad soda syrup from Wendy's from like 1998, and you biggie sized it and you shouldn't have.
Yep, exactly. Sorry, and hey, it might
Wendy's might have had Pib. Ours did.
I don't even remember. All I remember is there were a couple times we got shakes that we did not order. Like they fucked, and it was only the shakes or the McFlurries, whatever, the ones that you could get mix-ins with. Shout out to Josh Lopez. This was him in particular this one time, and then there was another time we did the exact same thing. But you get a McFlurry, you ordered a certain mix-in, they didn't give you the proper mix-in, so your only option left is to just chuck it at the window of the actual Wendy's. You just go back and you throw it at the fucking window. What are you doing?
How the fuck is the line busy to Wendy's?
What are you calling Wendy's for?
I want to ask them if they serve Pib. I'm pretty sure they do.
We're going to find this out in a moment, folks. Hey, if they tell you we don't bring you fucking quality content and information, What is that?
Phone's tripping. Wow. They must be serving a lot of nuggets. Okay. All right, Wendy's. Well, thank God it wasn't an emergency. Jesus. Because if it was, I wouldn't fucking call Wendy's. Also, Wendy's on the West Coast, great service. Wendy's in the Southeast, the absolute shit. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on Playboi Carti being absolute garbage. Probably just as bad as Wendy's, if we're being honest, because Wendy's is
Hey,
that bad too. What?
Wendy's
What?
is good.
What?
I like
What?
Wendy's.
What?
Wendy's has the second best chicken sandwich.
Hey, do I want to know who you think has the first?
Christ filet.
Okay, Chick-fil-A. Yeah, absolutely. So do you remember that restaurant down the street that we got those like chicken those barbecue chicken coleslaw sandwiches? They were fucking fat, remember?
Yeah, it was barbecue
Okay.
place.
Yeah, they've got that mix. It's called Mixed Kitchen, and it has like 5 or 6 different spots in it. It's got a fat burger in there now.
Oh wow, haven't been there since Vegas.
Dude, fucking the one in the desert's gone too. The one in Morongo and the one in Palm Springs both bounced.
That's the one where you made a really big deal about, oh my God, the A1 Saucy Burger comes out today. We're going to Fat Burger.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd never gone to a fast food joint for the release of something.
Yep, it was dope.
Yeah,
and the only
but
reason
you know what? That was the first time I had A1 on a burger, and since then, Five Guys does it, and I think someone else has an A1 burger. So,
Whataburger did an A1 burger for a good hot second. I think they still got it.
Yeah, I fucks with that.
Yeah.
God, I could go for a diarrhea burger right now. What's your number 3, 2, and 1 of the week? Because that was my number 0, and I'm just gonna make Lil Durk my number 1 because I didn't listen to shit else.
Are you going to give other reviews? Because I had one that's really going to get a thought review. Okay, so then I'm only going to give you one, and it's a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, my album of the week for you is Chugga-Boom's All I Want for Christmas. No, it's Christmas number 1s. So, for those of you that don't know, Chugga-Boom is a mysterious UK metalcore band that is the self-proclaimed purveyors of awesomecore, and they are here to rid us of garbage metalcore and grant us with what they consider to be metalcore-esque shreddage. So, these guys are from the UK. Yeah. Listen, they're from the UK. This is from a 2015 press release. They are the self-proclaimed UK metalcore saviors. They are here to get rid of all the piss punk piss takers. Okay, well, this is stupid. Anyways, Chugga-Boom is a UK band that hides behind masks. And listen, these guys give a great salute to the metalcore genre, and they deliver it in this weird Christmas story where they talk about how Chugga Claus is the main character of this. Anyways, it's just all your favorite Christmas stories done to your probably favorite metalcore anthems. Now, it's not just covers. They're doing their own songs as well. And hey, I'm not shitting you, and this is a good album. I listened to it twice at the gym yesterday, all right? I was at the gym for almost 2 hours. It's 22 songs long, 58 minutes. Listen, it's got odes to all of them. Track 3, Die Hard is a Christmas film. It's fucking phenomenal, and it's got a breakdown that goes yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, in a chug-along breakdown. You have to listen to this album, dude. I'm not bullshitting you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've heard Austrian Death Machine, dude. I'm good on all that.
Better than that. Austrian Death Machine is garbage. Anyway, yeah. I won't go there. They also have a song...
Get well soon, Tim. Hope you burn in hell.
They have a song dedicated, to Kevin from Home Alone called Kevin's Song. That's a phenomenal one. Feed Them After Midnight.
Instead of Brian's song, it's Kevin's song.
Who's Brian?
Fucking.
What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's
a joke? Is he trying to make a joke?
No, it's a song. Just continue with your stupid review of your stupid metalcore.
Brian's song? Who wrote Brian's song? What pop reference are you referring to? Because I'm lost on it. Please enlighten me. I won't continue this album review until you enlighten me, and that's that.
It's a fucking movie. It's a movie.
Well,
it's a stupid ass movie with James Caan.
Yeah,
and Billy D. Goddamn Lando Calrissian Williams. You son of a
boot me.
Brian's
Take
song.
me out of here. No, take me out of here.
I got nothing to review. You have to review.
Okay, so anyways, they have the song. The final song on the track is dedicated to my personal favorite Christmas movie, Gremlins. It's called "Don't Feed Them After Midnight." You guys, listen to this album. It's fucking merry metal, and it is really the only thing worth listening to this week because everything else was fucking garbage. They do cover "All I Want for Christmas." Okay, they do cover the Mariah Carey "All I Want for Christmas," but they almost do it in the tune of the MCR version, which is a lot better. So if you guys are into it, I suggest listening to it. I also gave Little Wayne's B-side release a listen. I don't give a fuck because
whoa! He released a B-side because I thought all his albums this year were B-sides.
It's like an old school. It's called No Ceilings 3 Side B.
How do you feel about him selling the masters of Young Money, which is basically Nicki Minaj and Drake's masters, to Universal Music Group, and that Wayne didn't admit this himself? It came out in court because his former manager is suing him. He got over $100 million for his masters.
Yeah, it was over $100 million.
But it's the entire Young Money discography. If you're asking me, I think Lil Wayne on his own is worth $100 million, and then you take the other two, and they should be $100 million each. But whatever. I don't even like Drake or Nicki. I just know the impact those songs had on the pop charts.
Yeah, but I mean, what are we getting? When did he leave Young Money?
So Drake's last record's the first one that's not on Young Money. And I believe Nicki's, I don't know, I gotta look. Nicki's might still be on there, but
that's a decent discography then. Yeah, that's a real decent catalog.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, that's a real.
Don't you think
catalog.
100 mil's undervalued?
Yeah, if Bob Dylan's getting 300 mil, holy shit.
Bob Dylan getting 300 mil, and Drizzy can't get. Oh man.
Bob
Dylan never spit a 16.
You fucking hate Drake and you're saying they should get more. Yeah, no, that's a fact. They definitely should. And for him doing it, no, it's his label. Sell the fucking masters. No.
Well, yeah, it is his label. I guess it's his right, but that's kind of like me selling the rights to this podcast, getting a grip of money, and then just never fucking telling you about it.
I mean, okay, you paid the man. Obviously, now, okay, that's not to say.
Here we go.
That's not to say that he shouldn't, there shouldn't be some sort of royalties that they aren't, I'm sure, already acquiring. Are they not? So in my head,
they get royalties, but you're on a major label. So that shit is split so many different ways that, what did we hear back in the day? That major label artists earn less than 50 cents a record, while an independent artist can earn up to like $7 a record.
Okay? Right, but I know, but we're magnifying that at Drake's scale, right? But listen, if he's already
he claims he didn't make a whole lot of money off his music. That's the whole problem. He apparently has internal beef with Lil Wayne as well, which I find to be hilarious.
That's fair, and that's the theme in the music industry, right? So he's still making money. So just listen, hear me out.
Drake's Lil Wayne.
He's already no doubt. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, his discography should have probably been a bulk of whatever amount he should have gotten for it. But anyways, my point being is he's already getting residuals, I'm assuming, right? And getting some sort of royalties from the albums and the songs. So I assume he's going to get a chunk of this. No, I mean, the purchase is his catalog. So he's going to get some sort of residual from that. No,
it's not even how it works. He didn't even know the sale went down until, he was in court. Basically, Universal Music Group owns Drake.
I understand that, but I mean, there wasn't. I
don't think he got a dime from the sale, because technically, it's not yours to sell. It's Wayne's. Wayne owns it.
But I mean, the theory and
royalties, to my understanding, only work by sales. If the album is sold, the album wasn't sold, the masters were sold. So I don't think Drake got a dime from the sale right now. I don't think Nicki got anything from it. It's probably going to strain those relationships, and you're not going to see anyone from Young Money do shit again.
I didn't think that they were completely left high and dry. I thought some sort of residuals or payout or some sort of incentive would have been, maybe not. Maybe it's not. Hey, we're selling the master, so here's your payout. But maybe it is like, hey, this year from us, we gave you an additional 7. I'm just throwing a number out there. This year from us, we gave you an additional 70 grand, and that's because of this sale, and this sale, or whatever. And they sum it up in their business terms or their fucking business review, whatever it is.
I've never sold my masters, and I've never netted 100 mil, but I'm pretty certain that Drake ain't getting a dime from that shit.
Not surprised, I guess.
Oh, and that's a good fact that Trent brings up too. Tyga is also included in the Young Money discography, and the reason that's interesting. I'm 33. You're 33. We don't give a fuck about Tyga, but did you know that the kids love Tyga for some reason?
Yeah, I heard this.
It's stupid. Tyga's barely a rapper.
Tyga a bunch the other day, I think.
So now Tyga's discography is also in the hands of Universal Music Group. And I'm sure those records are worth something too, but I couldn't tell you a single one of Tyga's songs besides that stupid Lime in the Coconut. I mean, I knew him as Travis' cousin, so I don't even... You're from Compton, but barely. I don't know. Tyga's been a weird one. I don't know why the kids like him. Kids like him and the kids like Kyrie Irving. I'm like, why? Like, they're short and they're dickheads. Shouts to Kyrie's shoes, though. They look like they're fire.
Shout out.
Yeah, I've been wearing them. They're comfy as shit.
Oh, I thought you were going to show them.
I guess.
I mean, don't. Dang, the swoosh.
The all-seeing eye.
Yeah, hey, we got a lot of that, you know.
I mean, we're trying to get down with the Illuminati.
Hey. What else you got? We had a 40. We had a 46-minute episode, and
I was hoping that when I took a sip of water, you'd be able to just keep talking and continue this. But yeah, hey, I got
holidays,
nothing.
People. Sometimes we can only rag on the scene so much, but what is important is, hey, we made it to December 25th of 2020, and if you're watching this or listening to this or even a part of our atmosphere at all, you made it this far. Congratulations! That in itself is a gift on its own. But it's not over. We still got 5 days of the year left. We're coming we're starting 2021 so fucking hot because the first day of the year we got our best of 2020. So don't forget about that shit. Because
and we also need to add the categories like best podcast guest, worst podcast guest, maybe like best episode, worst episode.
We're gonna call out someone for being the worst guest.
Why not? I mean, we've had guests on our show that we've buried before. Hell, we've had guests on the show that we buried to their face and didn't even understand.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. 2021 is going to be fire, though. We've already got a couple cool things on the docket. We're going to be bringing you all sorts of shit as far as interesting guests, new music. In January, we're going to start off hot with an interesting episode, our very first expose, the burial of Mikey Sawyer. So look out for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's jeez.
That's a big move. That's a big move.
That's going to be an episode where there is no Tekashi 6ix9ine update. It'll be straight expose, nothing else. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. The year-end award is going to be interesting. I'm sure my list is going to disappoint all of metalcore Twitter. Trying to think who the worst. Our worst guest was probably that TikTok kid, the one that got caught with child porn.
Ruthless Vault. Yeah. Real facts. Facts. I had a couple others in mind, but that's a fact. That's a fact.
I tried to do something new and get a TikToker because the TikTok's cool with the kids, and turns out he's a kid fucker, and that wasn't cool. He was in the Mesa newspaper after the fact, mind you. This was not beforehand. But yeah, he just, dude, he couldn't answer a single question. He was just weirded out by all of it. Every time you ask him something, there was a huge pause and, well, okay, never mind. Forget it. Fuck it, kid. You know what? Never mind. I don't care what you thought of Under Oath's third album. Forget it.
It's the best one.
Define the great line or get out.
Define the great line or GTFA.
Tyga wasn't wrapped up in Young Money, Cash Money, Billionaires. Last Kings independently signed, and OVO was a re-up.
Okay. Word.
Okay. I got nothing else on the docket. I was going to try to bring a surprise guest on, but apparently he doesn't want to come promote his album, so fuck him.
That's cool.
Should I promote his album for him? Boom, there it is. Get it now. Bye.
Who was it?
I guess you'll just have to freeze frame that motherfucker and find out.
Go one more time. Give me one more. Oh, I can't even tell you.
It's a brand new band called The Heartbreak Industry. Not my choice of name. And their new album is available fucking everywhere, so go get it. It's like whatever. It's not my cup of tea, but it probably is somebody else's.
What kind of music?
I don't know. Terrible.
You didn't even listen to it.
Hell no, I didn't listen to it. It's like pop punk. It ain't my thing.
The Heartbreak Industry. Go check them out, guys. Hey, you can find me at of Brian of Death on my Twitter, of Brian of Death on my Instagram, and of course my podcast, the Common Chaos Podcast, over at the Common Chaos on Instagram, Twitter, and commonchaos.net. Hey Matt, where can they find you at?
You can find me at your mom's house. Going with Santa. I'm on Instagram at I Hate the Scene. You can
Hey,
find
real
me
quick,
on...
we're talking about moms. This swag, all my mom. Check it out. A fucking thermal fucking long sleeve. Check this out. A West Coast
can't
Cannabis
brag
Club
about
hat.
your Christmas gifts. It's unbecoming.
West Coast Cannabis Club hat. Check it out in these Scooby sweats.
I thought that was a Wonder Woman 1984 hat.
Boom.
Wow.
Boom. Flexing.
Wow.
And I got slippers. We're about to show feet.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I didn't
Genuine leather, you poor ass motherfuckers.
Wow. And on that note, you can find me on Twitter at IH8TE The Scene. It is very crucial that you get that name correctly. IH, the number 8, TETHESENE. All right. Brian.
Yes.
That's our Twitter handle because some dumb son of a bitch stole my fucking username. And what do we tell that guy?
Gary Collins, listen to me. I understand it's the holidays, and I really appreciate the fact that you love your family and you want to spend time with them. But listen, I'll fucking take another kid. I will take another one if you don't give us the fucking security name back. That's all we want. That's all we want is the fucking username.
Guy's threatening kids.
That's all we want.
You can catch all of our live streams on YouTube. Subscribe now so that you can get notified when we go live. YouTube.com/C/IHateTheScene, Twitch.tv/IHateTheScene, Facebook.com/IHateTheScene, and you can find all these links and more at IHateTheScene.com. So subscribe, follow, and keep my kids fed because they're going hungry. I haven't fed them in a very long time.
And hey, listen, he's got two.
And I don't plan on it.
He's got 2 that he knows about. There could be more, so the more money, the better.
You know, I got secret families. Some are Puerto Rican, some are Dominican, and it's just better that they're on an island, not here.
Yeah, definitely.
What else we got going on? We got nothing else. It's Christmas, Kwanzaa. What's it?
No, I think we're good. Drake grooms women, that's for sure. I eat box, in case you forgot. I believe Matt has also recently started eating box, so I think that
box is in the diet for sure.
Yeah.
And shouts to Justin Jack, recently in the hospital. I heard he took a gunshot wound. Get well soon, my friend.
Our third wheel here, we miss him, we love him, we hope he's doing well.
I miss him more than you do.
Yeah, probably.
There was no argument there.
I have fucking known him for about a year. Justin, I love you. I hope you're doing that. That doesn't mean I don't love you. All right. Yeah. Don't fucking call me if you need anything.
Wow. 2020 has been the shittiest year ever. I have definitely gone to the least amount of shows I've ever gone to this year.
That's true.
I've had the least amount of work I've ever had. So yeah, fuck you 2020. And next podcast will be the best of 2020 in 2021.
Yeah. And I'm prairie dogging like a motherfucker. So, I mean, it's fucking just, the 1 minute I'm fine. The next minute it's poking its head out. Next minute I'm good.
I knew I was fucked.